What?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast that is your official start to WrestleMania Weekend. It is Lost in the Midcard. Here we are. If you're listening to us right away as this gets distributed, it is Takeover afternoon. It is Friday afternoon. Here we are recording on a Thursday night. I had some family business to take care of, so we decided to record later in the week, which is, WrestleMania week. It's not a bad thing to record later in the week as things happen during the week, and then we get the show out to you a few hours before Takeover. So maybe we'll make a habit out of that coming down the line. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of AEW stuff to talk about as well. Our predictions for Takeover and for WrestleMania's 38 matches they got on the card. Maybe G1 if these guys feel like doing some predictions for that. We'll talk about that as we go along. But
yeah,
first,
we're gonna talk about the G1.
But first,
we have to.
But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. What you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way. We are typically coming your way on Wednesdays, but this particular one is on Fridays, so that way you are up to date with when the new episodes come your way. You also can subscribe to us on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our social media. Head to Facebook, facebook.com/LostInTheMidcard, or go to Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of the great tweets throughout the wrestling world as well. We got the links to all that stuff on our pinned posts on both of those sites there. I am your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
Looking forward to getting this weekend on. There's a lot of stuff over. Well, hell, I mean, if you start tonight, Impact's got that weirdo pay-per-view tonight on Fight or Twitch or wherever the hell it's being aired on, and you got NXT on Friday, you got the Hall of Fame and G1 on Saturday, you got Mania on Sunday, you have Raw and SmackDown Monday and Tuesday. There's a lot of shit to talk about, man.
Yep, and we'll record Tuesday after SmackDown, I believe is the plan, unless something happens. But I think we're gonna do our review show for the major things that happened over the weekend, and of course, there's always a major aftermath on Raw and SmackDown afterwards as well. So we'll cover all that on recording on Tuesday for your Wednesday listening pleasure. Also, our other co-host is on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD, Mr. Darryl Bullock. Darryl, how you doing?
I'm appalled at you, JB. How will we not cover the G1 when Matt Taven's going to win the Ring of Honor World Title?
Okay.
Hey, you got to give me some type of excitement from that show, please. Please.
Yeah.
Wow.
The excitement will come if I still have my Honor Club membership that is probably going to get cut off at midnight that day. So,
well, at least me and Maggie to sit in my basement and talk shit about the G1 together.
Yeah,
I am so looking forward to that. You have no idea.
Word.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch the G1. I might hang out with.
Well, you might not be able to, or it cuts off your sub.
Yeah, I mean, I might even watch the Hall of Fame live, even if I don't get the G1. The lady's heading to Atlanta for business trips on Sunday, so for a week. So I might just hang out with her on Saturday, anyways. So I might catch the Hall of Fame in bits and pieces before the 36-hour extravaganza on Sunday.
Word.
Of course, I'll be strapped in, locked and loaded for Takeover tomorrow, which will probably blow the doors off of everything that happens this weekend. But
dude, like, is it me or do you other guys feel, do both of you guys feel the same way when a takeover's coming? It's like you're like excited, like it's Christmas, day before Christmas.
Well,
like,
this particular takeover did not go as planned, and still feels like it's one of the best cards ever.
Right, like
it's fucking stacked, man.
Yeah.
I don't have my kids tomorrow night. My folks are coming over to watch it. Like I'm like a big ass kid right now.
Yeah, it's so weird how things didn't go as planned due to injuries and such, and this seems like the best card, and it could in the end be one of the better takeovers of all time after it's all said and done. We'll get to that here in a minute. Let's go to some AEW first. Typically, with the way we do the show, we talk about last week's Road to Double or Nothing, but since we're recording on a Thursday night, we actually got Being the Elite before Road to Double or Nothing, so we're gonna talk about both this week. First, Being the Elite, episode 145. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. MJF sneaking into Cody's house, doing a little ninja-like moves, thinking he got away with getting into the kitchen undetected, but no, there's Cody in the kitchen. What did he? Was Cody quoting a movie there? He had to be quoting.
He was quoting Rocky Balboa.
Oh,
yes.
Some more Rocky.
If you bothered to read my Being the Elite recap on Fansided, I freaking say that and even linked a damn YouTube video of it.
Well,
Son of a bitch.
Well, I was kind of out of town on some family matters this early this week, so yeah.
You can read on your phone.
Come on, JB. It was the same
You're killing me,
Balboa when he was talking to his son outside of Adrian's restaurant.
I've never seen that. I've never seen the Rocky Balboa movie itself.
What?
What? Fuck?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're officially off the rails already.
Yeah, good.
Like, if you told me you didn't see Rocky 5, I'd be like, all right, I get it. That's cool. But every other Rocky movie, including Creed 1 and 2, you trying to tell me you didn't see one of them?
Nope, not yet.
I got a problem. I got a problem, man.
So, this is what I'm going to do for your birthday, JB. I'm going to fly you out here. I'm going to bring you to my basement. I have that quote on my wall in my gym.
Oh. Hopefully there's a wrestling show there too.
Yes.
Oh wait, there is one coming up, but you're gonna be gone.
Dude, I gotta celebrate the anniversary with the wife, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'm going somewhere in October for my birth. I'm turning 40 at the end of August, by the way.
Hold on.
Sorry to hear that.
When's your birthday?
August 26th.
All you freaking August people, Matt, my wife, you, fuck you all.
Yeah, but the trip is not until October. But she said take this week off in October. So I don't know what the plan is, but
take 2 weeks off, then quit.
Shit, let me know, dude. I'm in Vegas. My birthday's in October.
Whoop! I wonder if we're gonna go take a trip to see her friends, and a couple of her friends just moved out to Portland, so maybe we're going out there. One thing I've yet to see is the ocean. So maybe we're gonna take a trip out there. Maybe go to Seattle. I would love to go to a dive bar, catch a grunge band. That'd be awesome.
Nice.
So what do you guys take out of this little father to son talk that Cody gave MJF?
I'm still confused on. I'm gonna wait for it to pan out first.
Yeah, I didn't think it made a lick of sense. I thought it was done just for Cody to do a Rocky Balboa skit and nothing more. To me, it didn't make any sense, and MJF mouthing the words "what the fuck" at the end of it was pretty much how I felt after watching that beginning of the show. What the fuck? Because it didn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Kenny Omega knocking on the hotel door of Matt Jackson. He was knocking something. I can't remember what theme.
The Razor Ramon WWF entrance theme.
Yep.
See, I knew he was doing something. Again, I was putting puppies away here, and I got a lot of dogs at the house right now, and so there are a few things I missed at the beginning. So Kenny was like, "Okay, I understand. You don't want to do this AEW CEO thing, but." Matt's like, no, I'm totally down for it. And then tells Kenny the plans about the death match. He's like, well, that's a little dangerous, don't you think? We could do it in a safe way. Okay. Yeah. Safe, sure. Yeah.
Is it safe?
Yeah, any death match is safe, right?
Michael
Nakazawa.
But yeah, well, fuck. Welcome to BTE Alley, making her BTE debut, and Brandy welcoming her, and then saying, "Where the fuck were you when I was getting beat down in Impact?" And I'm just
language.
I'm just what?
Watch your fucking language, JB.
Fuck you. And Brandy's like, I'm just ribbing you. But When Brandy walked by, she was giving Allie the old stink eye, so I don't think she was ribbing her. I think Brandy's in-ring debut for AEW is going to be against Allie, don't you think?
I don't know. She's been doing this with a lot of the women, which I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big, they're already setting her up to be like a heel, almost like an authority figure, and it's so overplayed and overdone in pro wrestling in 2019. And I'm hoping to God
you think these guys know better than
they're. I'm hoping they do.
Or maybe they're making fun of Stephanie. Maybe they're making fun of Stephanie on being the Elite.
It might be a rib. You never know.
One of the things was
it's not a rib.
In the hotel room. Matt told Kenny he's in charge of promotion for the Jacksonville show. And, Kenny was getting ready to watch a video game clip, and he was stuck watching this video for, this big party when he got this idea. Oh, models, music, party. Yeah, I got a great idea. I really wonder where Kenny's going with this. I thought maybe Kenny was starting his own cruise at first, but... So what do you think of Kenny's idea of getting models and music for?
I don't know because I didn't understand the video that he was watching in the first place to really get a good idea of what the fuck he was thinking.
We get SCU, but all they say is Michael Nakazawa because we're actually watching SCU through the eyes of Matt Jackson. Oh, that was pretty good.
Terrible.
That was pretty good. Michael Nakazawa. Brandy's showing us a sensory room that is at in one of the suites at the Chicago White Sox, the first MLB stadium to have a sensory room, as they're working with the same company that AEW is for all their events, and of course will be a part of Double or Nothing. Culture City is the company that they're working with there. They had a one-day only sale, which already happened on April 2nd to benefit Culture City. They had a T-shirt sale there, and 100% of the sales were donated to the company there. The ghost of Marty Scurll appeared on Being the Elite, didn't he?
He was
ain't
there.
dead, damn it.
Joey Ryan pays off MJF to protect him, and MJF just turned around and gave that money to some indie guys to beat up Joey Ryan. So that worked out well, didn't it?
No,
you know what? Beyond that, I would have touched back on the Marty thing real quick. What I'm hoping this leads to is they do this for however long it takes until he gets signed with the company.
So do you feel better now? Do you feel a little better now?
Well, it's not that I feel better. It's just I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
But what I want them to do, you know how he says all his friends are dead and they say he's dead and whatnot? I want them to do a montage and go back through every segment they do something where his voice is there, but they end up showing it from Marty's side, and he's sitting there, and he hears them, but he can't see them.
That'd be cool.
And I hope they do the whole thing in reverse. when he comes back, I hope they do something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Next up, the guys, the Bucks and Kenny, go over some librarian footage. There's some pretty good videos there. Even one from Miss one from Leva Bates. Old Blue Pants. So it looks like some actual wrestlers definitely trying to get their foot in the door as the librarian too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that seems to be the whole idea from Tony Khan. He wants a wrestler to be in that position.
Do you think Punk will do it?
He's not
Negative.
that one crazy dude was kind of funny. That they called him Cactus Jack. I thought that was pretty good. And then the kid they showed, that was last week or 2 weeks ago. That was kind of funny too. But yeah, Tony on the phone and they all took the phone from each other, basically telling Tony a different thing. Like one was saying, "Oh yeah, going great." The other one's like, "No, this is shit. This is going nowhere." And in the end, Tony basically says, "Well, your jobs are on the line." So Kenny cuts a great promo, fearing for his life to us, the fans, to get this librarian thing over. So that was pretty good by Kenny, I thought, pleading with us fans. And if CM Punk is the librarian, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
That'd be pretty awesome.
It's not going to happen.
It's not, but that'd be pretty awesome.
It would be pretty funny. So that was your Being the Elite this week. Road to Double or Nothing. We didn't cover episode 9. What did episode 9 even cover? Shit. I'm trying to think. I watched it like an hour ago and I forgot already.
Old ass.
Yeah, no. That's what happens when you're approaching 40. They didn't really announce any new talent. They talked about StarCast and Tony Schiavone is there talking. They talked about the Caesar's Palace reveal. Scott Hall talking about his excitement for the company getting ready to launch and kind of stuff like that. Conrad shows them the StarCast app and do we have an app? No. Is that a no? No. And so yeah, basically a bunch of stars kind of hyping, just talking about their excitement for what's about to happen. So and then they bleeped out somebody. I can't remember what they were talking about, but Brandy was talking about something on last week's Road, and they bleeped out the name.
Somebody, a roast that has yet to be announced.
Yeah.
I speculated it is probably either The Undertaker or Ric Flair.
Woo! Cody starts off this week's episode saying he doesn't want to talk about what happened in Mexico, anything like that. But back to business and talks about the commentary side of things, because that's the big focus of episode 10 of Road to Double or Nothing. Alicia A, I guess you can't call her a tout.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, I don't fucking understand, and nor do I fucking care. Like, honestly, when they showed her on the screen, I'm like, oh my god, go away. Because she was awful in Impact. Absolutely awful. I hope they use her in a different way, and if they can't, I hope she's not full-time.
Sounds like she's the main backstage interviewer, so.
I'm hoping it's a one-off. I really am, because she was not good in Impact.
Tell them how you really feel, Matt.
I'm telling you.
Cody disagrees with you, apparently, because he was excited for her to come in. And
I think it's in the spirit of giving everybody a chance, you know? I mean, you got to start somewhere.
I'm sure they're giving her a chance because she worked All In.
Right.
They also talk about Alex Marvez, who will be on the commentary team. You've seen Alex on a lot of the rallies, the live rallies for the ticket rally in Vegas, and of course the show in Jacksonville, along with Conrad. He'll be part of the booth. They kind of showed him and Cody kind of doing a mock AEW television show with some indie footage. I think one of them was David Arquette doing a run-in, which was kind of funny. So Cody talking about how excited he is to have Alex on the team. And then it is on this episode that we also learn that Excalibur is also going to be joining the team. Not really a huge surprise. He's been involved with a lot of the with All In and AEW stuff so far. And Justin Roberts, who was also involved in All In, he's going to be he's the AEW ring announcer. Do you think he's going to be a full timer?
It's a strong possibility. I can see
from
that.
the way they talked about him, he seemed from the way they talked about everybody seemed full time except for a tout.
Mm-hmm. Except for A. Oh yeah, it seems like there was quite the relationship with Justin and Brandy from back when obviously Brandy was stuck being a ring announcer. So she sounds like she learned a lot of the ropes from Justin back in the day.
Yeah, he talks about that a lot in his book.
And so I think there's a big friend, a good friendship there, and And Brandy kind of wondered if he still had it. Well, Justin had a phone call, and he proved to Brandy that he still has it.
JB.
Yo.
Would you like an orange?
Why, Matt Black? Yes, I would! Actually, I want an apple. Actually, I like oranges better. But and then the big news: we're gonna get in a car and go down the street and visit the home of the legendary Jim Ross. We'll talk about details in headlines coming up. But just to hear Jim Ross sit there and talk about how he doesn't want to be done and how he's got a lot left to do, and the excitement he has, it was just good to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'm just glad he's just, with everything that happened with his wife, he's getting the opportunity to just like take his mind off things and do what he loves. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I liked the end when somebody had asked, "Why are you so set on Jim Ross?" And Cody goes, "Well, it's Jim fucking Ross." Simple as that, and that was the end of the episode right there. Why are you so set? It's Jim fucking Ross. So let's
son of a bitch.
What? So let's transition into headlines. Let's have what they call in the business a segue. Right into the top story. Jim Ross on March 29th closed out his WWE contract, which was just a few days ago. And I would say Jim Ross closed out his contract in style with sitting down with the WWE to be interviewed for an upcoming documentary on The Undertaker. So not a bad last day on the job, huh, boys?
Not at all.
Not in one bit.
Jim Ross put on Twitter on the morning of the 29th, "Big day. It's the final day of my contract with WWE after 26 years. A WWE camera crew arriving at my home today to record an Undertaker documentary. I'm honored to be a part of it. Great way to exit." So pretty cool there. And that was on March 29th, and it took all of April 3rd to find out that Jim Ross is signed with All Elite Wrestling. Of course, it was announced on the Road to Double or Nothing that we just talked about. Boy, are we surprised, huh?
I'm shocked.
Yeah, shocked.
Home Alone face.
Shocked, I say.
So obviously he'll join Alicia A.
Just said Home Alone face.
Ah!
Wow.
Excalibur from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and Alex Marvez, who he's on Busted Open, right?
No, he does an NFL show on Sirius.
Yeah,
he does NFL. He's been a guest on Busted Open.
He's been a guest on, okay. And
yeah.
And Justin Roberts rounding out the commentary and announce teams there. And some details in the deal here. AEW signs Jim Ross to a 3-year deal. He's also going to be a senior advisor with the company. All Elite Wrestling announced this groundbreaking 3-year deal with a legendary commentator on April 3rd. Effective immediately, he'll take on the role as senior advisor in what is the most lucrative deal in pro wrestling commentary history. What that means, I don't know. Money, I guess. Tony.
They got money.
Tony throwing some dough at Jim. JR's first in-ring appearance for AEW will be at Double or Nothing, the highly anticipated event on Saturday, May 25th at MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. He will also work closely with senior leaders at AEW on their roadmap to shift and reinvent the wrestling landscape. Jim Ross said, "I've been a part of the wrestling community since I was 7 years old, and there's no greater thrill than welcoming the voice that I grew up with." Actually, I'm sorry, this is Tony Khan talking here. "I've been a part of the wrestling community since I was 7 years old. There's no greater thrill than welcoming the voice that I grew up with, Jim Ross, to our AEW family. We share a common goal to make this a true golden age and to make this the greatest time ever to be a wrestling fan. And as a business, we also seek to make this a new golden age for the performers and our staff members. Our entire team is thrilled to have Jim on board, and we cannot wait to shake things up together." Nick Jackson said, "We are all excited about having this legendary voice of our childhood come here and help the new generation of talent with his expertise." Jim Ross said, I'm moving on in a very positive way in this timely opportunity to be on the ground floor of one of the most exciting moments in the history of professional wrestling. I've known Tony, Cody, the Bucks, and Kenny for a long time. And I know they're going to change the world of professional wrestling. Their roster is already packed with top-level talent and also up-and-comers. They got a huge show coming up in May. They brought in game-changing partners like Culture City. They've got an all-inclusive, welcoming culture like I've never seen before. I'm ready to change the world with them. So, man, we already said this year is the insane year for professional wrestling, and I think adding Jim Ross officially just ups that ante, doesn't it?
I don't think you're wrong.
You're right.
Out of nowhere,
like a fucking RKO.
like an RKO, Rob Van Dam signs with Impact Wrestling. This was reported yesterday on Wednesday afternoon. The length of the deal was not yet confirmed, but Sporting News was the first to report the deal. And RVD is set for tonight, Thursday, as we record. United We Stand, the pay-per-view that is taking place for Impact tonight. So he will be at all TV and pay-per-views going forward. And wow, that was kind of randomly out of nowhere, wasn't it?
So, I mean, we knew about this tag match for weeks now. Mm-hmm. And I actually remember him mentioning somewhere. He might have been on Busted Open a week or two ago that he was going to be doing some stuff going forward with Impact. So the announcement of his signing did not surprise me at all.
I have a question for both of you. You guys both know how I feel about Impact. What would entice someone to actually sign with Impact other than you're trying to get a start in your career?
Money.
Honestly.
Money.
But do they have the money to do it?
Oh, I guarantee you he's not signing if the money's not right.
They still have money.
So to me, I think RVD is getting a really good money deal for very little work. Because it's not like these fuckers tour. So I think that's what it really comes down to. I think he's getting a good contract for a little work, and he's like, you know what? Why the fuck not?
I think here's my question. Like, I'm never digging into anybody's pockets, but as many fucking channels as they have been on to try to show their TV show, where's the money coming from? Honestly, to give folks like RVD a decent deal. Like
the company that bought Impact from Carter to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever owns Impact right now, like
the Owl,
Anthem.
They would be better off.
That money's coming from Anthem.
They'd be better off giving all three of us money to do a podcast for them than just doing anything else in life.
It's like
they're not that smart.
It's like Tony.
Shit, we'll put it to good use.
It's like Tony Khan paying, creating AEW. I mean, he's paying Michael Nakazawa right now, and he's got money. Anthem has money too. I mean, not as much, but Anthem has money.
Close.
Yeah, not even close. The elephant in the room this week on the end of March's edition of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. He took aim at WWE, looking at the deaths of professional wrestlers such as Eddie Guerrero, King Kong Bundy, and Randy Savage were among those that were mentioned. And at younger than average ages of the people that passed away, and how Vince McMahon and the WWE treats its contracted performers. It was not a positive piece for the WWE, and it was the last thing that they would have wanted coming up with WrestleMania week, according to Mike Johnson, the PW Insider. Oliver's show has a great reach, obviously, and as it reached the mainstream, obviously, and WWE had to release a statement as well, which we'll get to later on. But first, Vince McMahon was specifically targeted by John Oliver, pointing out that Vince plays an asshole on TV, but he's also one in real life. He brought out that WWE talents are classified as independent contractors and used footage of Jesse Ventura on Howard Stern arguing that they're actually employees since they're exclusive to WWE and told where to go, what to do, how to perform, and cannot do that for anyone else. It is noted that there's no off-season for talents, and the deaths of pro wrestlers early versus other sports is staggeringly higher than any other. Worse for the WWE, McMahon came off as terrible as they pulled out an old clip of an angry McMahon being asked if he had any responsibility in those deaths, showing footage of McMahon smacking papers out of an interviewer's hands from HBO Real Sports years ago. Issues with how WWE handled wrestlers' deaths were also brought up with clips of CM Punk from Colt Cabana's Art of Wrestling podcast, which featured Punk stating that they were about to go on a tour of Europe and he had a concussion and was given so many Z-Packs that he shit himself in the ring during a SmackDown episode. It was noted that WWE does not provide health insurance but does pay for injuries related in the ring. It was not mentioned that the company requires performers to buy and maintain their own health insurance in order to perform for the company. The piece did not go into the wellness policy in great detail beyond noting that it requires talents to take an annual physical examination, which Oliver scoffed at, saying that he has to do the same for his own show, and he's not exploding through tables. WWE contracts and the fact that they include the potential of being released if a talent is hurt in 6 weeks, and they protect the WWE from liability even in the wake of a talent's death, were also targeted by Oliver. Oliver brought up the medical plights of former wrestlers and how some, such as Jake Roberts, had to rely on fans funding their medical treatment via crowdfunding websites. WWE does not provide former talents with assistance for drug and alcohol addictions and does not provide former talents with medical assistance. Oliver brought up that WrestleMania was this week, and the WWE fans have long voiced their displeasure with things like WWE Crown Jewel, and even with the company trying to position Roman Reigns as a babyface, calling upon the fans at MetLife Stadium this weekend to use their voice to push that WWE performers be reclassified as employees. Oliver mentioned that the WWE has made some progress in recent years, but stated they are well behind the NFL, and by not having a union and keeping performers as independent contractors, here's how bad it is. Even the NFL, for all the massive flaws it has, offers players health reimbursement accounts and has established a legacy fund for older players who may be dealing with health issues when you've lost the moral high ground to the NFL. You are morally subterranean. During the segment, Oliver made it clear that he is a pro wrestling fan and showcases things that he thinks are entertaining, but that the WWE needs to make changes for the betterment of their talent, including an off-season, a union, medical insurance for their performers. Gentlemen, you both watched this clip, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on the whole ordeal?
He wasn't lying about certain things. Even with the whole insurance thing was one of my biggest things. As far as wrestling was concerned, even with AEW, giving their major stars health insurance, this, that, and the other. I mean, like I said, he wasn't lying. Now, here's the thing: what does WWE do afterward? That's my biggest concern. Mm-hmm. If people who watch wrestling casually saw this piece, they're going to get their eyes will be opened to a lot of things that we see that they don't, whether it be the health insurance thing, whether it be the independent contractor thing, whatever the case may be. So it's opening a lot of eyes to casual thinkers. The casual watchers, my apologies. But my question is, how does WWE respond? Not necessarily through Twitter or social media or anything else. How do they respond in regards to their employees? Yeah. That's my biggest thing.
Because their response there was quite BS.
Right.
I will read here in a little bit, but go ahead.
And I'm talking about like a physical response. What are you going to do to? Are you going to show that this guy wasn't telling the truth, or are you going to show that okay? Maybe we did fuck up. Let's change. Let's try to change some of our outlook on wrestling or our employees. So that's my biggest take from it. I just want to see how they respond.
Matt, what were your thoughts on the episode of John Oliver?
For the most part, I liked it. Although there was a lot of things that were said that were outdated, that really Oliver and his team could have done some better diligent research on. The fact that they used Bret Hart condemning WWE in a video from 1997 from Wrestling with Shadows, and then say that Bret has the reason to be angry. His brother died in a WWE reign when that occurred 2 years after that interview was taken, is a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things were outdated in terms of what WWE has done since 2006 with their wellness policy. Clearly, like, a union would be great for wrestling, but I mean, it's never going to happen because the wrestlers can't get along well enough to see it through and make it work.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody that's going to want to step out and and be greedy and and whatever. So. You can't, unfortunately, it's a greedy industry. And that's as simple as that. The only thing I really didn't like about the piece was him referring to Roman Reigns as a pedophile. I felt that took a lot of legitimacy away from his entire segment with such a, classless and unfunny joke. Especially after what that guy's gone through over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Clearly, you didn't do enough of your homework.
No. And he likes to be over the top. So. Yeah,
it wasn't a good look.
Jim Cornette had posted on Twitter, after a complete viewing, this is the absolute most truthful outside media piece I've seen on wrestling in over 40 years. CM Punk said. I shit my britches. Please retweet. In parentheses, I love you, John Oliver. Poor Punk. And of course, the piece, John Oliver's piece on last week tonight, got massive mainstream attention with all sorts of pro wrestlers, from Lance Storm, Hangman Page, Chavo Guerrero, Paul London, Gail Kim, Colt Cabana. Responding and outlets like Deadline Hollywood, Huffington Post, Newsweek, Time, and Hollywood Reporter picking up on the story as well. So it got a lot of attention to where the WWE responded. John Oliver is clearly a clever and humorous entertainer. However, the subject matter covered in his WWE Subject is No Laughing Matter prior to airing, WWE responded to his producers, refuting every point in his one-sided presentation. John Oliver simply ignored the facts. The health and wellness of our performers is the single most important aspect of our business, and we have a comprehensive, long-standing talent wellness program. We invite John Oliver to attend WrestleMania this Sunday and learn more about our company. What are your thoughts on that issued statement that WWE sent to PW Insider?
Simple PR that they know that he's not going to take them up on, just for them to make themselves look good.
Yeah,
that's all it was. They're trying to cover their own butt, which look, I get it, but they don't think for 1 second that he's going to, accept their invitation to, come join them in WrestleMania.
In this week's Attention AEW news, Tenille Dashwood has announced on Twitter that she's happy, healthy, and healed, and a free agent. There you go. So no longer with Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
No longer with the disaster that is Women of Honor.
That division, a year ago, I had such high hopes for that division, and here we are a year later, and it's just
trash.
They couldn't have done a more piss poor job. I mean, to me, it really shows why. This is why Ring of Honor never did a women's division to begin with, because look what we've done with this one.
Yeah, I mean, with the Elite leaving, they could have easily made this what the Knockouts did for Impact several years ago. They could have easily had this kind of be a cornerstone going forward, and instead, it's an afterthought, and we got Lifeblood. Update on Jimmy Uso's legal. Wow was right. An update on Jimmy Uso's legal things. He negotiated a deal in regards to his arrest on February 13th in Detroit. where he was charged with disorderly conduct and obstruction of justice, pled no contest to interfering with a government employee, in exchange ordered to pay $450 in fines. Case closed. And, case closed, so let's just go ahead and, sign a new deal. And that's what the Usos did earlier today as well.
Dude, they signed that deal weeks ago.
Yeah,
they did.
They just announced it today. WWE announced it today that the Usos have come to terms with a new deal. According to multiple sources, their deal was set to expire at the end of the month. And we all thought they were going to AEW. No, just kidding.
I didn't think for 1 second they were leaving.
No, nobody did.
Especially, you get pulled over in a bad publicity situation with TMZ, and they put the tag titles on you several days later.
Yeah,
like I didn't think for 1 second they were leaving.
And basically, their statement is, they're responsible for their own actions. Basically saying, they're responsible for their own actions, but we're still behind them. Is basically what they're saying. The Usos take on The Bar, Ricochet Black, and Rusev Nakamura for the SmackDown tag titles. WrestleMania. That's a show happening this week, I think.
Is it?
No.
WWE returns to MSG, and that's going to happen. They were last there in December. They will come back just after Labor Day, September 9th and 10th, for Raw and SmackDown tapings, according to multiple sources that have told Mike Johnson of PW Insider. This will be the first television tapings in the Garden since Raw did a taping in 2009, so it'll be pretty cool to see Raw and SmackDown in the Garden. It's kind of too bad that it's just before SmackDown goes to Fox, though, right? It'd be kind of cool to see the Garden on Fox, right? But
they could have timed that better.
Yeah,
but I mean, it would have been hard to do since they're doing back-to-back shows.
True. Yeah, it'd be hard to do a Friday, Monday, especially. September. Yeah, plus, I mean, if you wait till October, you're really stretching into basketball preseason and NBA's regular season start, too. So, you got to do it when you can with MSG, right?
Yeah.
We just talked about John Oliver's segment on WWE. Well, Viceland has got a 6-part documentary series coming out soon called The Dark Side of the Ring. And I'm guessing that's not going to shed a bright light on pro wrestling, will it? From backstage controversies to mysterious deaths and unsolved homicides, this series explores the darkest stories from the golden age of professional wrestling, with each episode centered on a professional wrestling icon, including the tragic love story of Randy Macho Man Savage and Miss Elizabeth, the infamous Montreal Screwjob, which stripped Bret Hart from his title, the locker room altercation that led to the death of Bruiser Brody, as well as the dark history of the Von Erich wrestling dynasty, the controversial death of Gorgeous Gino Hernandez, and a look at the intense allegations against the legendary female star Fabulous Moolah. This series will debut on Wednesday, April 10th on the Viceland channel. So check your cable if you have that channel. That's quite the group of stories, huh, guys?
Yeah.
A little bit.
If you go to Viceland's YouTube channel, they released a trailer for the 6-part documentary series on March 29th as well. The first episode on April 10th will be the match made in heaven, Randy and Elizabeth. April 17th is the Montreal Screwjob. April 24th, the killing of Bruiser Brody. May 1st, the last of the Von Erichs. May 8th, the mysterious death of Gorgeous Gino. And May 15th, the finale will be on the Fabulous Moolah. Once again, professional wrestling and visas have problems, as unfortunately 6 wrestlers from Dragon Gate are going to be unable to make WrestleCon this weekend due to visa issues, as WrestleCon posted on their official Twitter account on March 29th. So I guess it's not only New Japan that has the visa issues, huh?
I mean, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. And WrestleCon did post that they will refund tickets if you feel like you want to get a refund. WWE is looking to take NXT worldwide, and they posted a job for a global touring manager. The position is based in Stamford, Connecticut. You'll report directly to the director of global touring, and you'll be responsible for all routing, booking, and contracts of events. Key responsibilities include managing the touring of WWE's NXT brand and handling all domestic and international contracts. Sounds like a lot of fun, huh, boys?
I can apply. I do that now with my job.
Hey, there you go. Well, put your shit in, man.
I might have to.
Key responsibilities are managing the touring plan for NXT, which includes 100 Florida live events and 60 out-of-state events. Manage all domestic and international venue contracts, working with WWE's internal legal department. Work with local international promoters to ensure that events are in full compliance with laws and permits. Ensure all departments, including travel, legal, and immigration, are fully equipped with all the necessary information. Yeah, get them visas in order, Darryl.
Yeah, I do have a history of working for citizenship immigration.
Secure venue availability, track potential dates to ensure market frequency and accuracy, day-to-day management of internal live event system, help identify prospective new markets, venues, and opportunities. And shit, put your app in there, Darryl.
I will, because if I make it, we all make it.
Hey, we're the New Day, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say this is thanks to AEW. Thanks to AEW, we're getting a trend now where professional wrestlers are starting to not really give a fuck on Twitter, are they?
Not at all, because they know they have leverage and they got some other place to go. Whereas in the past, 10 to 20 years, they didn't have any other place to go that was actually solid and worth a damn.
I'm trying to find one in particular from Tyler Breeze, but I
know which one you're talking about.
I found it. Never mind, I found it. But first, we got one from Naomi after the announcement of the women's Battle Royale at WrestleMania. Naomi retweets and says, "Y'all sure this ain't gonna get canceled too?" By the way, thank you so much for the opportunity. Little shade there, eh, boys? Little shady, little shade.
I loved it. She went to bat for Asuka. I loved it.
She had to,
yeah, because I mean, that was that 4-way for Asuka's title just disappeared, and Charlotte went.
Can I take the reins for a second, JB?
Yes, sir.
Go for it, brother.
So, and this is the 3-part discussion between us three, but I'm just going to bring the topic up. We understand that it's the first time women are main eventing WrestleMania, and we were already pissed when Charlotte got added to the mix. Although I will stand my grounds and say she deserved it because she's one of the hardest working women in the company.
Yes, sir.
We were all satisfied with Becky and Ronda.
Oh, of course.
So, gentlemen, please give me your feedback as to why the fuck did we have to? We added Charlotte. Why the fuck do we have to add another title? Isn't it like overkill? Doesn't it seem like overkill to you guys?
I think I think Vince is unifying the women's titles with the addition of the tag titles. I think he's doing a subtraction by addition. You know how it's usually the other way around.
But how does that work itself out? Because you have so much talent in WWE. But if you unify titles, the purpose of spreading the titles out was to give more opportunities to the talent that you have. You have so much talent.
I think I truly think I think the move to Fox is going to make the brand split even lesser, which sounds weird, but I think Matt might have said this before on the podcast. Fox is going to want everybody. They're not going to. Roman Reigns ain't going to stay. They want Roman Reigns. They don't want him to stay on just on Raw. You want him to come over to SmackDown every once in a while. I think the brand split's going to be lesser and lesser once that move to Fox happens. And
well, you need to make NXT its own fucking entity.
Yeah.
As far as I'm talking about to the echelon of the main roster.
Yeah.
So that way, you don't have people like Tyler Breeze, Heavy Machinery, the Ascension, the Revival. They don't get buried, and you don't see these people on Twitter like venting because they don't get enough TV time. You're gonna if Vince is smart, you don't. Well, if with the two fingers in the air, if Vince is smart, you don't do that because you're gonna do nothing but push everybody to AEW where they know they're going to get fucking opportunity.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: either he's pushing towards this unification, or he simply ran out of room because that card is so fucking full as it is, and he just couldn't fit another one in there when he.
Trying to tell me you couldn't have just put 4 matches on the pre-show?
But then,
are you legitimately trying to tell me that the Revival and Hawkins and Ryder couldn't have been on the pre-show?
Let me finish. Yeah, he couldn't fit another one in there. But oh wait, he fit one in today, didn't he?
No, he didn't fit one in today because it was already planned.
Yeah, that was already planned.
They already knew the 2 tag title matches were happening.
It's so weird though because you had a planned fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership. Winner faces Asuka at Mania. Then boom, all of a sudden you have Charlotte Asuka for the title on SmackDown, and Asuka loses the title. What the fuck happened here? We don't know. We said that last week on the show. We don't know what the fuck happened. This is truly the grandest example of Vince needing to get away, because this has been the shittiest build to what could have been the best card WrestleMania's had, or not the best card. This could have been the best build if it was booked properly. This could have been one of the best builds to WrestleMania in history, and it's turned into the worst because it's been a let's make a left turn here because I feel like it, and with no explanation either, and I have no reasoning. I can't even wrap my mind around the women's situation on SmackDown. Matt, can you?
Clearly, neither can Naomi.
Well, no, and I don't blame her one damn bit for what she tweeted.
No, I don't blame her either. I applauded the fact that she did it.
Why?
Like, she legitimately... Look, Naomi knew she was going to be in the Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she already knew where she was going to be.
Yeah.
But the fact that she saw Asuka, and presumably, from what all rumors have pointed to, Mandy Rose, lose their WrestleMania spot, Naomi's like, oh, this is some bullshit. And, I'm not just going to speak up for me. I'm going to speak up for Asuka and this entire women's division as a whole.
Yeah.
And like I said, I applaud what she did. The women need more locker room leaders like her that are going to speak up when the lower part of the division gets dicked, because that's exactly what happened. There's no reason with the 2-hour pre-show you can't do 4 matches, 2 matches on hour 1, 2 matches on hour 2, and you could have easily still kept Asuka versus Mandy, or Asuka versus Mandy, or versus Sonya, or whatever the hell Asuka was going to defend her title against. You still could have had that on the show.
Because honestly, I don't want to sit there and watch Corey Graves hype up the same match 3 times in 2 hours.
You think? Do you think Vince just thought that? Oh, it needed this. It needed.
Vince is an idiot who doesn't believe that people care about Asuka.
No, no. I'm talking about the main. I'm talking about the main event of
Yes, but if he thought people cared about Asuka, the title would have never been moved to the main event to begin with.
Yeah.
I see. That's what I don't understand. Like,
Well,
how do
he
you
can't. Vince cannot book foreign wrestlers at all, Nakamura or Asuka. He doesn't know how to book them. Where
I mean, no.
Triple H knew how to book them.
It's not because he doesn't know how to book him; he doesn't understand them.
Right. Well, I won't say foreign wrestlers because you look at Becky and Finn; they are going to have decent matches. I mean, regardless of the situation, it's like
I'm talking those that don't speak English that well.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't
Triple H could book these people well, but Vince
But that's
can't.
what I'm about to touch on. Like, how? Like, dude, you obviously do not watch NXT, or you don't watch.
Of course he doesn't.
So you leave it up to, are you that high in management in your company as to are you that stupid till you neglect to see where a Nakamura came from before he was in the ring? Like, if you're going to book somebody, if I'm Vince McMahon, I'm going to say, oh, okay, we got Nakamura. Oh, or we got Asuka, or we got whoever the fuck. In order to book them on the main roster,
I love whoever the fuck.
Me too.
Is that from Parts Unknown?
Big fan.
Parts Unfucking Known. I'm gonna see where they came from to try to book their future. You know what I mean? You gotta pretty much. You know how some people come back. You know how some people come from New Japan or Ring of Honor with their same name. Like, or you let AJ come back. You let AJ be AJ when he came in.
Shit, you let EC3 be EC3.
I don't know, dude.
I'm gonna heavily argue that.
Well, at least you let. I meant in namesake
maybe
only.
by name alone.
Yeah, I meant name alone. That's all I was talking about. I wasn't talking about anything else, but name alone.
But you can't bring them in. We've seen the history of Vince bringing in wrestlers from other companies from as far back as the 90s to let them bring over their name and shit on them as far as gimmick. I.e. Dusty fucking Rhodes with the polka dots.
It's not a rib.
Not at all. Right. The sad part about it is you don't know how to bring wrestlers from other companies where they got their fame and you wanted to pay them millions of dollars to make you millions of dollars, but you don't know how to you don't know how to keep them where they're at. The consistency.
I think the only way he was able to do it with AJ is because AJ made him a shit ton of money. That's only. That's only what that's the only. He greenlit everything for AJ, I think, because AJ made him a shit ton of money on merch. I think all the other people. Well, I mean, I'm not talking about past because there was no such thing as merch back then, but
right.
AJ made him a fuck ton of money.
Dude, but he was the only one. You brought back the Hardys to do what? Put him in a battle royal?
They extended those Hardy contracts for a year out of spite.
Oh yeah,
because you know where they were going to go.
Yeah,
exactly. And they had that option for the WWE rollover for a year, which paid them substantially more money, by the way, than they were making right now. And WWE purposely rolled over that deal just so they couldn't go to AEW.
That was play keep away.
Yep, that's all it was.
Their best match that weekend was at SuperCard.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Vince.
That was a ladder match with the Bucks, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, at SuperCard. Dude, I swear to God, my first Mania, I wish I would have stayed at SuperCard and go to TakeOver that year. Like, honestly, I'm just like, you pretty much are planning to eat. Why do we have to be competitive companies with wrestling? Why can't we just give all the fans all the wrestling and leave it at that?
Well, that's what Cody's looking to do.
And that's why I love
but WWE doesn't see them like that. That's the problem.
No,
but and that's going to be their demise too.
Yeah. Hey, whose demise?
Well,
Vince.
Look, WWE sees these guys as competition, but AEW doesn't want to really compete with WWE.
No.
They want to be successful in their own wrestling medium, doing their own thing for the fans that have walked away from WWE because they don't like the product that they're given anymore.
Case in point, what did you tell me, Matt, when I asked where is AEW going to be during WrestleMania weekend? What was your answer?
They're never going to be anywhere WrestleMania weekend because they say that's WWE's weekend and they don't want to step on it.
They're going to be at home.
Thank you.
And that's really the only wrestling company on the planet, it seems like, that's not in New York this weekend.
Yeah.
Is
Dude,
AEW.
my phone is going off with Twitter alerts of every damn show that's happening right now.
Here, let me just go here. Let me just go here. I'm hit refresh on PW Insider. Live ongoing DDT coverage. DDP Pro. Bang! Josh Barnett's Bloodsport report. Ongoing WrestleCon Super Show. MLW. Access Live. I mean, this is just Thursday.
The one thing that I appreciate about WWE and WrestleMania Weekend, it brings that feeling of like a Woodstock or a festival where wrestling fans can come together as one in one major city and just enjoy wrestling. I appreciate that, and that's a great thing. But what pisses me off is the fact that when you think it's competition and you're pretty much coming down there, I'm pretty sure they got scouts down there just looking at every show.
I got an article. I got an article about that coming up.
I'm with it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother.
I'm angry, goddamn.
Let me tell you something on the indie side of things. I don't mind that every mom and pop is running it right now because
I don't mind it either.
That's the payday for a lot of those wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm totally with it. I'm totally behind it. That's why I say it brings wrestling fans and talent together in order to, whether it be WrestleCon, you make money off of signatures and pictures. Whether it be shows, like, you're making money, dude. Like, I support it wholeheartedly. I just don't like the fact that it's in WWE, their frame of mind, it's a competition thing. Let us just enjoy wrestling.
So it wasn't just Naomi this past week, but Tyler Breeze also on Sunday afternoon. His first tweet said, "Eventually you say no thank you, I'm worth more." And that led to a few people talking to him on Twitter, and he retweeting it. Paul Lazenby, true that. I did that a while back, and it turned out to be a very good move. He's an MMA fighter, I believe. And Tyler said, it usually ends up that way. Somebody said, then they give you a $500 raise and a promised match on Raw. Is that what happens? See you at Raw, wink. Y'all starting some underutilized Revolution at Luke Harper, at Naomi, at Zack Ryder? It's been underutilized, or whatever you want to call it, for 4 years, was Tyler's response there. So, yeah. For all those that were fans of the movie or looking to catch it on rental or get it for yourself, whatever, Fighting With My Family, Paige's movie, will be out on DVD and Blu-ray and digital on May 14th. And the home video release will include deleted and extended scenes, a gag reel, a making of the movie, learning the moves, I'm assuming the actors learning the wrestling moves, and feature film commentary with writer-director Stephen Merchant. So that's going to be coming out here for you a little over a month away. If you're fans of Jeff Hardy's music, he has released a new album called Individuals. So that just recently came out on April 1st. Tommaso Ciampa recently posted on Twitter that in May of 2017, they told me that no one has ever had 3 major surgeries in a 12-week span and returned at a competitive level. I returned to the most successful run of my career. This week, I should be preparing to walk into the main event of TakeOver New York on WrestleMania Weekend as the NXT champion. This match meant more to me than anyone will ever understand. The opportunity was taken from me. In March of 2019, they told me that if I return, that I will be on borrowed time. To be continued. So you think Ciampa should be back in the ring ever again?
Yep.
He'll be back.
To prove everybody wrong, right?
Absolutely.
ROH update for those that care. Kenny King signed a new 2-year deal with Ring of Honor. Mr. Bachelor.
Sorry, Kenny.
Mr. Bachelor himself. If you are a fan of the wrestling action figures, Ringside Collectibles have released prototype images of the first ever Brood era Hardy Boys action figures. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I think you can pre-order those now, but I don't know when I don't have any word on when they're coming out. John Cena has wrapped up filming of his latest film, Playing with Fire, where he plays a smoke-jumping firefighter, and the film is set.
Did he get burned?
He might got a sick burn. The movie also stars John Leguizamo and Judy Greer, and the film has a release date of March 20th. So hey, John's free. Bum, ba, bum. As always with any major wrestling event, Taz is going live. He will be live from 11 to 2 Eastern on CBS Sports Radio. Mike Johnson is joining him for, I think, a couple of those hours, if I remember correctly.
Brother.
Former Ring of Honor champion Michael Elgin has departed from New Japan Pro Wrestling as his contract has expired. He debuted for them in 2015, held the Intercontinental title as well as the Never Openweight title during his run with the company. I asked Matt, where's he going? And Matt says,
I don't think anywhere, honestly.
Yeah. ROH that means then, right?
I don't even know if ROH. I don't think ROH would want him back.
Nah, if anything, I don't know what relationship he has with Cody and the Bucks, but if anything, he'd probably go with
I don't even know if they'd be interested in him.
Impact.
Ugh.
Is he still talented at least, or
look, no wrestler I can think of that has fallen off the face of the earth quicker in a shorter span of time than Michael Elgin has.
Big Mike.
So yeah, I don't know. I really don't see him doing anything.
Mike Johnson, a PW Insider, has announced that a couple of gentlemen you have not seen on TV in quite a while are in New York City for WrestleMania weekend. The mayor, Glenn Jacobs, better known as Kane. He's in NYC, as well as Bray Wyatt. Ms. and Mrs. has been picked up for a third season by the USA Network. It's a second season on this thing.
Second season.
Is this so? This thing here was like a continuation of the first season.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. A 20-episode second season will begin airing in 2020. So there you go.
Ms. to Raw confirmed with the shakeup.
Mm-hmm.
Because they in no way USA is going to want him on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Go home shows for Raw and SmackDown. Raw's went up a little bit, dropped off heavily in the heavy drop off in the third hour. Ended up with 2.63 million, but lost about 400,000 viewers from hour 2 to 3. SmackDown saw a sharp decrease. They lost 250,000 people. I don't wonder why.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
That's kind of odd.
Ratings are odd.
That's true.
Or unless people left to go to Mania.
Best tweet of the week goes to Big E on a Tuesday morning. I'd like to think of SmackDown as the mouthwash you need after the turd Raw just left in your mouth. And he put in parentheses, I'd like to think I can get away with this tweet. If not, I was hacked. That was a great tweet. That was a great tweet, wasn't it? And a truthful one too, right? Because Raw left a turd in our mouth, right?
Besides that women's segment, man, that Raw left a lot to be desired.
I just didn't like the ending at all. So, but I'll let you talk about that.
I don't know why they didn't close with. Yeah, I gave it the DVR treatment. I finished Raw in like an hour at least.
So did I.
It was quick. NXT's 500th episode is going to be taped this Friday. So it'll be the basically your prelude to Takeover is going to be the 500th episode.
By God.
MLW has confirmed participants for the Battle Riot that is happening here up in New York. Some of the major participants include Teddy Hart, Pentagon Jr., Low Key, MJF, Phoenix, Brian Pillman Jr., Sammy Callahan, Dan the Beast Severn. Of course, this does bring back some legends and older guys, so it's kind of funny to see Dan Severn here. Rich Swann, Jimmy Havoc, Airwolf, among others. There's going to be surprises and other legends, so obviously the full card not yet announced. Rey Mysterio posted an update. Obviously, he was supposed to face Andrade at SmackDown, but he injured his ankle during his Raw match with Baron Corbin, and he posted on Instagram on, I believe, Tuesday it was, and goes, suffered an injury to my right ankle, praying to be ready for Mania this Sunday. You guys hear any updates on Rey?
I have not.
No, I haven't heard anything either.
Former ECW World Heavyweight Champion and I believe the last ECW World Heavyweight Champion, not talking WWE, ECW, Rhino did an interview and noted that his current deal with the WWE expires in July. Says, I love working with WWE. They're great, but I might have to go somewhere else. I don't know yet. Leverage. How's that for leverage? AAA will make their historic debut in Madison Square Garden in New York City on September 15th. It's been announced. That's going to be the eve of Mexican Independence Day and a week after WWE shows up. WWE is also teaming with A&E Network to produce a series of biography specials that will focus on the lives and careers of Roddy Piper, Steve Austin, HBK, Randy Savage, and more. Probably be a little more lighthearted than that Dark Side of Wrestling that's going to be showing on Viceland, right?
Yeah.
Booker T is also one of them as well. So I like biography, so I'm going to have to check that out.
Can you dig it?
Sucka. It's set to air. The first 3 films are in pre-production, set to air in the spring of 2020. It was announced on today, April 4th, that no surprise, because we called it last week, that Hulk Hogan will be inducting Brutus the Barber Beefcake into the Hall of Fame.
No one is shocked.
We heard anybody else that's getting inducted? Or doing the inducting, I mean?
Not that I know of. We could take lucky guesses.
Usually they...
Yeah, pretty much.
Usually they kind of say those who's doing it by now, don't they?
Yeah, they'll give like 1 or 2 away.
They don't seem to be giving a flying fuck about the Hall of Fame this year. Let's just be real.
Well, I'm not going to watch it live, so...
Nah, I'll watch it on Wednesday.
It's like, if it's going to be...
Or Sunday morning.
Especially if it's going to be 8 hours long. But you said they're maybe trying to cut it down this year.
They're supposed to cut it down this year because Vince is making attendance mandatory for the entire duration of the event. So
he's making attendance mandatory for who?
The wrestlers.
Oh, you sure extending access on Saturday to 10 o'clock for people to be signing as well?
Well, access people get out of it. They don't have to go.
Nah, they got access till 10 o'clock. I mean, granted.
Yeah, and those people at access don't have to go to the Hall of Fame. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But anybody who is attending the Hall of Fame, it is mandatory that they have to stay throughout because they were very upset about everybody leaving.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the evening last year, to the point of all the empty seats that were out there by the time Goldberg got out there. So they don't want that again.
Shit.
Dude, Goldberg had a good speech, and if it wasn't for fucking hillbilly dumbass Jim going for an hour for his that no one fucking cared about, people probably would have still been there to hear it.
Well, at least it wasn't Mr. T talking about his mama.
I'd rather hear that over that hillbilly Jim speech. At least I was laughing during Mr. T's.
And just as Matt had said, yeah, WWE officials Canyon Seaman and William Regal were spotted today at the Game Changer Wrestling's Bloodsport event. And Regal was scouting at Battle Club Pro's event in Brooklyn yesterday. How about that? Out doing work.
No one is shocked.
Dean Ambrose was seen at the Bloodsport event as well. And, hey, in town for WrestleMania this weekend, first Mania in a few years, the Fink, Howard Finkel, first year.
He looks so different.
Thank you! Since suffering a stroke. some Mike Rome, Zack Ryder, and Braun Strowman got some pictures with him.
Yeah, Braun will be the only one to leave the Hall of Fame early because he's going to be on Saturday Night Live.
That'd be so funny.
Maybe Braun just won't be at the Hall of Fame, period.
Facts.
Mike Johnson, PW Insider, has confirmed that with multiple sources that Taker will be in New Jersey for WrestleMania weekend. No word if he's going to be in front of the cameras or not.
Gone.
Yeah. There's your replacement for Ray Samojo.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, I know.
No, I think it's either him or Cena. Him or Cena are going to interrupt Elias.
Yeah. And this year they actually just today they unveiled the bronze statue at the Hall of Fame at Access, and it is Roddy.
Hold on, JB. Let me tell him. It's a bronze statue of Matt Black.
Really?
Yes.
I'll be damned.
Wow. Congrats.
At least somebody finally recognized my greatness.
Yeah,
I got you, bro. I got you.
I didn't know you had long hair and wore a kilt, but
He wears it when we're not around.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Roddy Piper is being immortalized with a bronze statue at Access this year. Of course, helped put the WWE on the map with his feud against Hulk Hogan leading into WrestleMania 1. And so his statue will be on display for the rest of Access weekend.
Is it still too fresh for him for it to have been Hogan?
Probably. He'll probably get one next year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. WWE.
I would imagine those statues take a good while to get made.
Mm-hmm.
So this was probably in the the production stage of being done well before they probably welcomed Hogan back into the family several months ago. I would imagine those things take a while.
They could have done him or Jake the Snake.
Piper over Snake.
Would you have done Savage?
Hogan should get next year.
Down the line.
Savage definitely should have one.
Down the line, yeah.
You got to have the trio of my childhood: Warrior, Hogan, and Savage.
Shit, I think DiBiase down the line too.
But that statue has to be gold.
Absolutely.
WWE's following around Kofi Kingston around this weekend, filming a future WWE 24 for him because, he's going to win the title on Sunday. So
Facts.
Sanjay Dutt and Abyss are taking photos and signing for Access this week. So
here's the rule of thumb in WWE. There's two different things they film. They film WWE 24, which is normally mean that you're winning and it's a good thing. Or you get WWE Chronicle, which pretty much guarantees your ass is doing the job. And guess who got Chronicle this year?
Who?
Charlotte.
Oh shit.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that this week, I'm like,
I didn't know that.
I thought Charlotte was gonna win. She ain't winning now.
Wow.
Yep. Charlotte has Chronicle.
Raw.
Education for you wrestling fans out there.
That's what we do.
Raw happened this week, and it was not a good go-home show.
Just
Look,
talk about the
got
good
with
shit.
a fucking V-trigger.
Stephanie
out of the window of the car. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on Monday Night Raw.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I got offered free tickets to Raw on Monday, and I just refused to go because I just thought it was gonna be a shit show.
It was a shit show. Stephanie came out and announced that all the titles are on the line, so winner takes all. For some
Is it bad that I would have rather preferred her to be in the match than all the titles being on the line?
Yeah, she teased that because Raw was on April Fool's Day, so she teased that. And
Dude, I would have been thoroughly entertained if he was in the match.
That's funny that you called that a V-trigger, and then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you're right, that was a V-trigger.
Matt Black in the clutch.
Trigger. Kenny Omega saw that and said, "Damn!"
Seth Rollins went low on Brock and gave him a stomp, and that worried you guys. It doesn't worry me, though.
And at this point, it doesn't worry me no more. I had to calm down.
It worried me greatly.
I'm not worried. There's a spoiler to our predictions later.
Burn it down!
We got ourselves 8-women tag action with the tag teams that are in the women's thingy. Good to see Beth wrestle on Raw.
Hold on, time out. Did you say the women's thingy?
Yeah, the women's tag thingy.
The women's fucking
What
thingy.
the hell?
The women's tag thingy. Tell me he didn't just say that.
Oh, lordy.
Beth Phoenix hit the glam slam for the win on Peyton Royce. Snickers commercial with Miz and Charlotte. I thought that was kind of funny.
That was a good one.
I like that one. Batista. I'm digging the red shades, man. I kind of like that. Batista comes out to his music and says, "Hunter, kiss my ass," and drop the mic. Hey,
I think that was the greatest promo ever.
kept it simple.
That was a Darryl Bullock promo right there.
Kept it simple. I liked it. I wish he would have done the old spotlight on me because I loved that heel time. That time when Batista was heel. But yeah, Hunter, kiss my ass. That's all you had to say. Yeah, this time's precious.
That was gangster.
Elias talking about how he's going to headline WrestleMania. There will be no interruptions.
Yeah, all right.
Apollo beat
Gong.
For some reason, they wanted to showcase everybody in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, so they had Apollo Crews take on Jinder Mahal with everybody around the ring. That went a minute. Then everybody decided to act like it was Royal Rumble time, and yeah, everybody tried to throw everybody out. Kurt Angle came out, and they showed a pretty cool tribute video. I liked it. Yolanda Williams, they announced, is going to sing "America the Beautiful." I did not realize she's the girlfriend of Titus O'Neil, but
Oh, is that who she is?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yolanda Adams is a hell of a gospel singer, fellas. If you don't know.
Well, they've said like the queen of gospel, or
yes, she has a tremendous voice. I don't know if you guys ever listened to her YouTube, whatever, but yeah, they picked one of the right people for the anthem.
Amazing video for Kurt, I thought, and Kurt in tears by the end of it, and thank you, Kurt Chance. I thought it was great. Corbin shows up because he's a douche, and Corbin said he's sick of fans saying that Angle deserves somebody better for WrestleMania. I can't believe John Cena's getting all these chants now. What world are we living in where Roman Reigns is getting cheered and Cena's getting chance to be put in a match?
Marijuana's legal too. There you go.
Not here. It will be the last state. Mysterio came out to as well, to kind of help his old buddy Angle out, which basically telegraphed they're going to have a match later. Tag team championships. The Revival took on Ricochet and Aleister Black. Revival said, fuck it, let's get counted out. And really weird that they decided to go the route they did with Black and Ricochet, isn't it? Just randomly put them in the SmackDown. And
I'm interested to see where it goes.
Because they had a feud here with the Revival. Made sense to have them wrestle at WrestleMania.
Dude, they're literally going to challenge for each major tag team title in a span of 1 week. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
It's history that'll probably never be able to be replicated.
I think it's something behind it, though.
I think they realized it was possible, and they said, "Why the fuck not? Let's do this."
Yeah, this will be a real interesting prediction. We'll skip to the end for that one. I got real interesting theories on that whole thing. Ronda Rousey warming up backstage said she didn't want to talk, and then she talked to Charlie. Okay, Ronda, that made a lot of sense. Hey, Tyler Breeze and EC3 are on TV. How about that? This was after Breeze's tweets too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, see, trash the company, get on TV for first time in 10 years or whatever it was.
10 years, man.
I know.
10 years.
They were talking about how funny the SNL guys were. They got paid to say that though.
Yeah, because they're sure as fuck not funny.
Trash.
Braun Strowman overheard that and goes, "What?" He goes,
What?
"Those jobbers over there said that," and he said he told those jobbers to meet him in the ring, and those jobbers will die later.
Hey Matt,
MCW jobbers.
Right, I was about to say, Matt, do you recognize the dude with the blonde hair from MCW when we went?
Dude, I knew that's who it was.
Yes.
But I'm like, I tweeted, and I was like, I know that one dude from somewhere. I can't remember where. It was from MCW.
Yeah, JB, when we went to MCW, when we thought the Elite were going to show up, the guy with the blonde hair was on one of the first matches at MCW.
I knew it.
Yeah, I saw Matt's tweet. I was looking through Matt's tweets when I was watching on the DVR on I watched on Tuesday actually after I watched SmackDown, and I was looking through Matt's tweets after that. I saw that. Roman Reigns got interviewed by Dasha and Drew McIntyre with a cheap attack from behind, and to continue that. 6-women tag match with the women in the main event of WrestleMania, and of course, if anybody turns on anybody within that main event, they are out of the main event. The match went for about 8 minutes when Ronda took down Liv with an armbar, and then after that, shit hit the fan, I'd say, right, guys?
Yeah.
You think the shit hit the fan before? Shit just hit the fan majorly now. Breaking news.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. Why didn't I see it?
Breaking news. Fatal 4-way. Undertaker added to WrestleMania main event.
Get the fuck out. Stop playing with me.
With its annual WrestleMania pay-per-view spectacular just days away, World Wrestling Entertainment delivered a blockbuster announcement. The legendary Undertaker has been added to the historic all-women's main event. Renowned as the most dominating performer in WrestleMania history, the Phenom can make history once again by becoming the unified, undisputed WWE Women's Champion. But the dead man will have his work cut out for him as he squares off against 3 of the toughest lady wrestlers since Wendy Richter and the Jumping Bomb Angels.
I hate you.
Can Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and what's her name from UFC go toe-to-toe with The Undertaker? Or will Big Evil begin an entirely new WrestleMania streak against the vivacious vixens of WWE?
Well,
one thing is for certain, when it comes to beautiful flowing hair and sexy mascara, The Undertaker has already won.
Well,
credit to Kayfabe News for the breaking story.
Thank God.
I'm very excited.
Thank God.
Thank you very much.
Thank God the streak already was broken, because that could have been the end of the streak there.
Right.
The man would have not taken her.
The man would
have. Also
I love Kayfabe News, man.
Real breaking news, but let's go to some real breaking news. Hall of Fame Legacy inductees were just announced by Mike Johnson, a PW Insider. They include Bruiser Brody, Wahoo McDaniel, Luna Vachon, Special Delivery Jones, Professor Toru Tanaka, Primo Carnera, Joseph Cohen. He is the creator of the Madison Square Garden Network. Former WWF President Hisashi Shima, and Playboy Buddy Rose. A lot of
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good legacy class.
Yeah, that's a
right. I love Bruiser Brody, dude.
I remember Special Delivery Jones back in the 70s.
SD Jones,
yeah.
He's the greatest jobber of all time.
That might be one of their best legacy classes they've ever put together.
A lot of familiar names in there. Obviously, Chief Wahoo McDaniel, Luna Vachon was there a lot in the 90s during the Attitude Era. Of course, we just talked about Bruiser Brody, who was murdered, and there's a lot of interesting names in there.
That's cool. I like that a lot, actually.
That just came down from Mike Johnson, PW Insider. Ongoing right now at WrestleCon, Shane Strickland, Zack Sabre Jr. I bet that doesn't suck.
No, not at all.
After the match, the women started beating the shit out of each other, and security tried to break it up. Security couldn't do anything, so cops got involved. And, the women didn't give a fuck. They started knocking the cops over, so they got arrested. Oh, that's not all, though. Once the women got led to the back, it got even worse, as the best part was putting Ronda and Becky in the back of the cop car, and they're just kicking each other. And
fake-ass DC police.
And then the V-trigger.
The Guardians of the Independent scene.
The Charlotte's V-trigger on Ronda is she's sticking her head out the window.
I legitimately, one of my best friends is DC Police. I asked him, I said, "Yo, do you guys have anybody at Monday Night Raw tonight?" He was like, "Nah, why you say that?" I was like, "Yep." Independence.
Oh yeah. Why the hell? Why the hell did they not close with this, man? Come on. I mean,
well, it showed it's all anybody tuned in to see because as soon as the women went off, they lost their viewers along with it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If they would have held that to the end of the show, they probably would have maintained their viewers pretty much better through hour 3.
Factuals.
Oh my God, it was pretty good. So then we had to cool down after that. So we had Rude and Gable take on Heavy Machinery. We got a little Caterpillar from Otis, and they get the win. After the match, Rude looking a little frustrated, so maybe a breakup, maybe a little heel turn. Of course, I've been predicting that for how long?
I'm tired of even considering it at this point.
Forever.
And then once again, fucking Lacey Evans interrupts the match. What the hell? What the hell are they? Come on.
It'll be great when her music hits in the middle of the Battle Royal and she actually makes it all the way to the ring and actually fucking gets in it this time.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope.
Let's eliminate her ass first and foremost.
Oh, you know all the women
That's what they should do.
Oh, yeah,
if I'm the entire roster, I'd just beat the shit out of her and toss her out.
They're gonna gang up on her because they're tired of her interrupted and being a southern sassy bitch, you know.
Sassy bitch.
Sassy bitch.
He didn't just say that.
He did.
That is at JB Huskers on Twitter. If you wish to target him, Miss Lacey Evans, I did not call you a sassy bitch.
She's targeted me before.
That's what she said.
Finn Balor turned it into the Demon. So it's no surprise, but now it's official that we're going to get Demon at the Demon at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because fuck bringing out the Demon when you're facing Brock Lesnar. Let's bring it out for Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Fucking WWE bullshit logic.
And we waste Rey Mysterio on Baron Corbin.
And he gets injured in the process.
Right.
And oh wait, that was the end of the go home show. Oh.
Boo!
What? That was the end of the go. What?
What the hell?
My God.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened.
All right, SmackDown Live. Live from somewhere.
Baltimore, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, Baltimore. I was thinking Raw was in Baltimore. Where was Raw at? DC.
DC. Yeah.
Baltimore was a great crowd Tuesday night.
It was. We kicked it off.
Really good crowd.
We kicked it off with the KO show. Once again, Randy Orton and AJ Styles showing us that they can cut promos in the ring. It was fucking great. I loved it. AJ dropped the drug test card and
loved it.
I just like how they let them go crazy with the promos.
I loved Orton's reply of now that Cena's gone off to Hollywood, Styles has assumed the role as the corporate bitch. I love that line. And the KO show, I love it. It's a great talk show. KO starts the fire and gets the fuck out.
KO's
he got the fuck.
That's what he did with Becky and Charlotte too. Started the fire, got the fuck out. Led to a brawl in the ring, and oh man, that's gonna be a fun match. Orton and AJ is gonna be a good one. That's been a WrestleMania worthy feud. That's gonna culminate into a WrestleMania worthy match. So much like Orton and Seth Rollins back in California, I'm excited for this one. One of the few non-title matches to get excited about is the build for this one, along with Miz and Shane O'Mac. But man, those two cutting promos, man, so good. Another 8-person tag, this time with the men, Ricochet and Aleister Black. Why are we adding sound effects to Ricochet and Black's entrances now?
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, you hear that creaky coughing thing with Aleister.
And there's some like thunder and Ricochet's There's like thunder.
Just some extra shit. I gotta go back and watch it.
I said to myself I hated Burn It Down at first, but that's kind of taken off.
Oh, I love that from the jump.
I didn't, but this I'm gonna stick with. I hate it. I think it's cheesy as fuck. The good guys get the win after 11 minutes, and our beautiful host, Miss Bliss, comes out and says, after Corey Graves calms down, she says that there's going to be a little bit of repercussions, as we predicted, for the Usos after they forfeited against the New Day in the Gauntlet match, and not a ladder match like we predicted. Thank God it ain't yet another Gauntlet match like we've seen a trillion times on the road to WrestleMania.
I was waiting for that, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Me too. But a fatal four-way between those guys in the ring: Black, Ricochet, The Bar, Rusev, Nakamura. So
they are the Bar.
They're the Bar.
We need a name.
But fuck the Hardy Boys. Like the Hard.
Yeah, let's put them in
why the fuck the Hardys aren't in this match is beyond me.
Vince is stupid.
Love it.
We're
paying them a lot of money, and they can't go to AEW, so.
Paying Matt Hardy to tweet randomly.
Iconics cutting a promo. Saying how they're going to win the titles and make WrestleMania iconic.
I love that pose.
I love them.
All right, well, we bet.
What'd you say?
I said we bet.
Miz comes out as Shane put him in a 1-on-3 handicap match against Sanity. Poor Sanity. And Shane came out and made it a
talk about another act Vince ruined on the main roster.
Yeah, no shit. Shane came out and made it a Falls Count Anywhere later on, and before that, though, Miz cut yet another great promo. I mean, this babyface run of the Miz is already jumped ahead of the last one. I think he turned or he saved somebody or turned he turned on Del Rio or something to turn babyface. It was just not good. It was not good. But this babyface run by Miz has been epic, excellent. And
you had a great heel to make a great face turn.
Yeah. So good stuff there. Of course, Shane talking some shit about his dad and all that. So beforehand, and then Sanity comes out. Of course, predictable match where Sanity getting the upper hand, but eventually Miz comes out on top. Poor Sanity. I did like the end of that match though, with Miz and Eric Young battling outside in the rain, and Miz getting the old wheel, the box with wheels, and ramming his head with it there. I did like the end of that match, and then Becky Lynch shows up in a cop car escort. looks at Eric Young like, damn.
Like you drove the DC police car all the way from DC to Baltimore. That's a nice little ride.
Well, I think she was riding in the back seat. I don't think she drove that car. It'd been great if she drove it, but
she was dropped off.
Yeah, she was dropped off.
Uber.
Yeah, Uber with cherries there. Becky Lynch comes out and grabs the mic and says, "Well, I guess my arrest shirt aged well." And talking about what a difference a year makes. She was best friends with Charlotte. Ronda making her debut. And, that she slapped Charlotte at SummerSlam and changed everything. Lynch said that this Sunday, the women are the main event at WrestleMania, featuring the Queen, the baddest woman on the planet, and the Man. She said her revolution that started last year at SummerSlam with a slap is going to explode this Sunday. Lynch says the next time you see her, she'll be champ, that she always was, the double champ, pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Then we got ourselves an 18-person tag match to once again hype up the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. The best part about this was showing everybody backstage. That was Otis dancing. That was kind of funny. Yeah, once again, a big clusterfuck of 18 people, as you can imagine, right? This was a mixed tag match as well, so it included. It was a kickoff showcase, right?
Pretty much.
Joe took on Ali, went about all of 3 minutes before Ali missed a 450 into the coquina clutch. And then we got ourselves the contract signing Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, Michael Cole moderating, and it was a hell of a promo from Kofi, wasn't it, guys?
That was all emotion, honesty. That was all Kofi.
Man, it was great. Baltimore brought it. Nice Kofi Mania chant, and it was great, and this is probably the single biggest promo of Kofi's life, and he delivered, didn't he, Matt? Just saw that, so there we go.
Fuck you guys.
I don't always have that window up. So yeah, Kofi saying, cut to the chase and says that, Brian doesn't know him for 11 years. He didn't get in a WWE Championship match, but it's okay because it led to this moment. And I'm ready. And the fans started chanting, "You deserve it" for Kofi. So Kofi says, the one thing that we have in common is what this feels like, Brian, and it scares the hell out of you. Because it should, because you know what comes next. Kofi beats Brian, becomes WWE champion. Kofi signs the contract, gave it to Michael Cole. It's official. How were you guys thinking, we got a contract signing, is Vince fucking it up again? Were you guys thinking, just thinking something fucked up was going to happen?
Nah, it's the go-home show.
I was worried.
I wouldn't have been surprised to see Vince come out and say something.
To make us,
there was no way they were going to not have the contract go through.
To give us a sick feeling in our stomachs, and then he goes, "I'm just here to wish you good luck, Kofi." All right, so you guys want to run through the card G1?
Sure, we'll take lucky guesses.
I haven't watched Ring of Honor for a while, or New Japan, so I'm not going to really predict. Let's just go from the top. We'll skip the dark match, and pre-show is going to have Honor Rumble. Does that even have any kind of thing, anything tied to it?
Not that I know of. I probably watched it as much as you have.
Winner takes all. The never open weight against the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Will Ospreay takes on Jeff Cobb. Darryl.
Cobb.
Matt.
I hope Cobb.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Has Ospreay been on Ring of Honor? What?
You heard me.
Here we go. Singles match between Dalton Castle and Roosh Douche.
Roosh the douche.
Darryl.
Roosh.
Ooh. Matt.
Los Ingobernables.
Castle. He needs it more.
Women of Honor Championship. Mayu Uitani against Kelly Klein. Matt.
I don't give a fuck.
Klein.
Oh, God. I'll even watch it. I'm cringing at that. Oh, boy. Here we go. New York City street fight. Bully Ray and his mystery opponent, Juice Robinson.
Juice.
Yeah, Bully is going to put Juice over.
Yeah. Was that a weird announcement to you guys that he was the guy?
Yeah, we got to find somebody else who we can't, since we can't.
I feel like whoever they originally had planned to do it backed out. And
exactly. We got to find somebody else because we can't find a bigger star.
Who do you think originally?
They could have been Oscar the Grouch for all I fucking care.
Who do you think that they had or tried to get?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It just sounds like it's a fill-in. Like, I'm honestly 100% not sure.
To me, I think they did the smart thing by announcing it ahead of time. If they didn't have who they wanted to have, just announce Juice, so that way the crowd isn't let down when he comes out.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was a really smart move on their part. They realized they weren't going to get what they wanted, and they, they got out in front of it. Like, let's not build unrealistic hype expectations for our fan base. Let's just tell them it's juice, and that way they're not going in there buzzing like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Oh, it's just somebody that already works for the company, when they basically sold it as it was going to be somebody that didn't work for the company.
Right.
Three-way dance for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Your champion is Tachi Ishimori against Dragon Lee and Bandito. Matt.
I have no idea.
Ishimori.
Why do we have all these winner-take-all matches? This is another one. IWGP Tag Champions and ROH Tag Champions, winner takes all. GOD against Villain Enterprises, LIJ, and the Briscoes.
The only ones I can honestly see are the Briscoes and GOD winning. Honestly, I can't figure out which ones, but I'm just going to go out on a whim and say GOD.
Wouldn't that have to require GOD to actually be working for Ring of Honor going forward?
Well, from my understanding, GOD's been trying to get back to the States for a while.
Well, there you go then.
I mean, can't you picture PCO as IWGP champion?
I couldn't picture PCO as my garbage man.
Who do you think takes the tag titles, Matt? Or who do you want to take the tag titles? You need to make a prediction, really, since we don't really watch this anymore. But who would you like to see walk out?
You think it's got to be Guerrillas of Destiny, because I can't see the Briscoes working a consistent New Japan schedule.
They're not.
And
vice versa with LIJ.
And I can't see
even
PCO working for any length in Japan either. The fact that they're putting all the titles on the line, really, I hate when they do shit like this, because to me it doesn't allow you to believe that every option is going to work.
Well,
especially now that it's a triple threat instead of just one-on-one, where I thought it was going to be a no contest.
It's a four-way.
Wait, who's the fourth team?
LIJ, Villain Enterprises,
GOD. Then
yeah.
LIJ's winning them then.
Fuck,
they're gonna put them on LIJ because they come to ROH constantly.
Yeah.
That's
the only reason I say that too.
It's gonna be LIJ.
Another reason why I say that is because also GOD has a big presence in New York. Like this past weekend,
they're doing that little Bullet Club party.
Yeah, and my people at Jimmy's, they've been advertising a bunch of shit. And GOD's heavy.
Jimmy's is catering it.
Right, so that's why I put it on GOD as well. They have a big presence in New York this weekend.
Look, I think it would be cool to bring them into ROH. Maybe I'd start actually giving a fuck about their weekly television product again if they did. But I really don't think they're going to. I think it's going to be LIJ.
I mean, either way, I'm good.
Singles match for the British Heavyweight Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Darryl.
Sabre Jr.
Yeah. Makes no sense to put it on Tanahashi, right?
Ooh. He's not going to England.
Just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean they won't do it.
Okay. IWGP Intercontinental title. Your champion is Tetsuya Naito. He's taking on Kota Ibushi, Matt. While Darryl's gears are grinding.
Oh, I got my answer already.
Oh, okay. Matt, who do you think is going to... do you think Kota becomes a champ for the... First time would it be his first? It would be his first Intercontinental.
They finally have him locked under a deal, so I would say this would be a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm. You think so too, Darryl?
Yep.
IWGP Heavyweight Championship: Jay White against Kazuchika Okada. Darryl.
My heart says Okada because of the build-up that they've had. But I'm sorry, not Ring of Honor, but New Japan is stupid. So I'm going to say Jay White.
They do have a boner for Jay White.
Pretty much.
Matt?
Okada. Okada! The original plan for the show was for Okada to beat Omega for the title.
Right.
So Jay White was nothing more than a placeholder.
And we'll save the best for last. Three-way dance ladder match for the ROH World Championship. Jay Lethal, Marty Scurll, Matt Taven. Matt, what is your prediction?
Lethal retains.
Gee, Darryl, what's your prediction?
I'm not going to say anything. You know my answer already.
I don't see it happening. I think Lethal retains as well. Or
You both go to hell.
I can't wait to watch this show with Darryl on Saturday.
I'm going to wear my Matt Taven shirt on purpose.
Dude, I'm going to be wearing my Marty shirt, but it doesn't fucking mean I think he's going to win.
I hate you.
They're going on.
I'm just realistic, pal.
They're going on a world tour. I don't think they're going to put it on Taven.
Put it on Taven. It's Taven's time. Taven's time. Hashtag.
Okay. NXT Takeover New York, as we've said, probably one of the most stacked cards in Takeover history. This is going to be an amazing show that happens on Friday evening. Let's start off with the women. Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship. There is rumors that this could be a ladder match. Is there anything solid to this, Matt?
Well, the marketing for the match, even on WWE.com, has them
The ladders in the background.
standing with ladders in the city of New York, and it's the only match that has it. I assumed that they were going to make an announcement for it on NXT Wednesday, and they didn't. So, like, I don't know if they're just going to announce it out of nowhere on Friday, or whatever the hell they're going to do.
That's what I was thinking. I think they're going to probably announce it like in the pre-show. I have a feeling.
Your champion is Shayna Baszler taking on Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane. Darryl.
Why'd you get to pick me first? God damn it.
It's your turn.
I want to go Kairi Sane.
Matt?
I think Belair.
I'm going to go Shayna retains. It's telling that they're not going to put it on Shirai. Otherwise, they would have made this one-on-one. I mean, they wouldn't have added two people to the match. So they don't think that she's ready to be the title holder again. I could see saying, I could see Belair, but I just don't think. I just don't think
they put her in a 4-way to protect Baszler.
Yep.
So someone else is going to take the pinfall or the submission, and she's not going to take it. She's dropping that title. It's just a matter of I think it's going to be Belair. I think Shirai and Sane are going to challenge the Boston Hug Connection sooner rather than later. So one of them having the singles women's championship at the time doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think Baszler retains here. NXT North American Championship, the Velveteen Dream against Bro Matt Riddle. Matt.
Bro.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on this one. Matt Riddle is undefeated. Rocket has been strapped up the ass. Dream has not had a run with this title, but he doesn't really need a lengthy run. He doesn't need to have a lengthy run with this. He could just jump right back into the NXT Championship picture, exactly with what Johnny Gargano did. So I agree. I go Matt Riddle winning. Darryl.
And for all you know, with Ciampa clearly not coming up to the main roster anymore, and potentially Gargano not coming up either,
Dream gets called up.
They could bring up the Dream after WrestleMania.
They could. Darryl.
You guys just fucked up my pick with Matt's last statement. God damn it.
Wah, wah. That's no guarantee, bro.
It's a bro.
Bro. This one ain't going to be a pillow fight. United Kingdom Championship, Pete Dunne, Walter. I think the iconic reign of Pete Dunne is done. And Walter takes over as your new United Kingdom champion. Darryl.
Walter.
Matt.
I think Walter wins too.
Pete Dunne's had it for 700 days now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've passed 700 days now. Looking at the old thing here, it says 684 here, so
yeah, it's very close to 700.
NXT Tag Titles, the Dusty Classic winners, Black and Ricochet, take on the War Raiders. I firmly had believed that Black and Ricochet were going to win the tag titles from the Revival if they would have kept on Raw. Now that they got put onto SmackDown, it feels weird. I don't know if they're going to win the tag titles on SmackDown now. And it just seems like the title run for the War Raiders has been... It seems like they've been non-existent since they've won the titles. I think Black and Ricochet beat the War Raiders, and they're going to feud with the Undisputed Era going down the road. Just because I just haven't felt like the War Raiders have really had an existence since they've won the titles. So I'm going Black and Ricochet. I think Triple H is pulling these guys back to NXT for a little while, and going to run with these guys and have them feud with the Era. Darryl.
War Raiders.
Matt.
War Raiders.
Woo! 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Championship. Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, baby. Matt.
Oh.
You there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I got more breaking news.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy, hold on. Let me check my phone and see.
This is legit though. I'm gonna retweet it out.
I don't know.
Oh my god! I just saw.
I liked your other breaking news though. I did like that.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is legitimate breaking news.
Wow.
Zack Ryder and Chelsea Green are engaged.
Yeah. Woo.
Good job, broski.
Woo.
My man.
Where'd you hear that from, on Zach's or?
Zach just tweeted it out. She said, "Oh yeah," and tweeted out a video of her showing off the ring. So,
oh, radio.
That's awesome. I'm happy for him.
Hell yeah.
Very, very cool.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
A magical WrestleMania weekend for the broski. And heck, he's got a wife, and he could have some tag team gold by the time WrestleMania is over,
He
son.
probably will.
Look at that Rock. Way to go, Ryder.
He spent some dough on that.
And
Spent that WrestleMania check before he got it.
she's pounding that bottle of champagne too. Uh-oh. Look out, Zach. The Lunatic Lush is out. All right.
Don't get her pregnant.
Whoa!
Wait a minute.
Matt, 2 out of 3 falls. Gargano, Cole, baby.
Gargano is the one that gets kept down in NXT. Gargano's winning this championship.
My initial
Because if he's not, if they keep him down there and he doesn't win, they've killed him in front of that Full Sail audience.
Yeah.
They will never respond to him again. This is a must-win match for Gargano if he's staying with NXT. And I think he is.
My initial thought was with the whole Ciampa thing. Obviously, he was going to beat Ciampa to win the title. That was going to be the end of a long, probably one of the greatest feuds of this generation. Gargano and Ciampa. And my initial thought was maybe, Cole wins and Johnny chases, having to go through the era to finally get it back. But I mean, this is WrestleMania weekend. He's already done the chase. I'm gonna go. So I've changed my mind. I'm going Gargano on this one. I'm gonna take Gargano.
And there's no reason Cole can't beat him for it later on in the year.
Yeah.
But to me, this is if Gargano's staying in NXT, which I believe that he is, this is a must-win for him because that audience down in Full Sail is so fickle over the past couple months when it comes to Gargano.
Fickle.
Like they don't have a choice, man. Like they really, really don't.
Yeah. It was always going to be Johnny's time, so I say keep it Johnny's time. Darryl.
Johnny Wrestling.
Oh, yeah. All right, WrestleMania 35. There's about 83 matches on the card.
Damn, that many?
Let's go from the bottom up. 'Cause that's the easiest way to do it on Wikipedia here. Hey!
They don't have all the matches, by the way.
Let's start with whatever they're missing then.
What are they missing?
So they're missing, because I was looking at it today, they're missing both tag title matches.
No, it's there.
Oh, they're there. They must have just updated before. They must have updated it.
Yeah, they're 15 and 16. So.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
WWE Raw Tag Team Championship Revival versus the Edgeheads. Hey, here's an engagement present for you, Zack Ryder. Another WrestleMania moment. Correct, boys?
Facts.
I definitely think so. I think this is WWE saying you wanted to talk about wanting to be released out of your contracts. We're going to job you to a guy who hasn't won in almost 300 matches. I definitely think Ryder and Hawkins are winning those tag titles on Sunday.
This was the WrestleMania moment we wanted, but Jesus Christ, couldn't we have had a little better build for it?
Matt Black is going to shit his pants if they win.
I mean,
I am not going to shit my britches. Please retweet.
Don't feed him a bunch of Z-Packs. Fatal 4-way for the tag titles on the SmackDown side of things. You got the Usos, you got the Ricochet and Blacks, you got the Bars, you got the Nakamura's and Rusevs. I am going with Nakamura and Rusev. You want to make two guys that could easily go to AEW happy? Give them a WrestleMania title win. The Usos, you got them locked up. The Usos can lose. That's no problem. Like I just said before, I think Ricochet and Black are going to win the NXT titles because they fucked up my brilliant plan of having the Revival screw them at TakeOver, only to have them win at WrestleMania. They fucked up that plan, so I'm sending them back to NXT away from Vince with the tag titles, and so I'm going to go Nakamura and Rusev win the SmackDown tag titles. Darryl.
I'm going to go with not Nakamura, but Ricochet and Black. No explanation.
Matt.
To me, it's either the Usos retain or Ricochet and Black.
Yeah, it just throwing them in there just randomly on SmackDown is just, after feuding with the Revival, I don't know.
I just don't see them losing all three title shots. You've had three title shots.
I've got them
7
winning.
days.
I've got them winning. So
right, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
like they have to win one. I don't have them winning TakeOver at TakeOver, but I have them winning at on SmackDown.
Women's Battle Royale on the pre-show. Let's start with Darryl.
Shit. I'm just gonna guess this one. Total guess. I'm gonna say Carmella.
That'll make Corey happy. Matt.
Well, it should have been Asuka, but they had her
getting
her winning moment on Tuesday, so it's not going to be her. I'm going to go with Mandy Rose.
I knew that's where you were going, Mr. Black.
Just saying.
I'm going. That's what I'm going with.
He's gonna puke.
He's gonna puke.
JB's gonna pick.
Ruby,
drum roll, please.
Ruby Riott. Because it's a dart throw. Because that's this match in a nutshell. Anyways, it's a dart throw. So. To me, Mandy Rose is the obvious answer, but I mean that's been the obvious answer for a lot of things lately, and it's not happened. So. I'm going to go Ruby Riott and maybe, fuck it. I don't know. That's a dart throw. The Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag titles. Boss and Hug taking on the Divas of Doom and the Iconics and Jackson Tamina. Matt.
Boss and Hug.
I really want to see Beth and Natalya win. But yeah, I would love to see that, but I agree. Boss and Hug. Darryl?
Boss and
Hud. This will probably be easy and quick. Roman Reigns beating Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
Yep.
This will be pretty easy and quick. Demon Balor beating Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio. I will have, if this match happens, I'm going to have Joe retaining. If the match doesn't happen and somebody else fills in, I'm going to have Joe retaining. So either way, Joe's going to have his Mania moment finally with a retain.
Joe.
Is that your prediction?
Hopefully, hopefully, Joe.
Is that your prediction or a spoiler?
Both.
Matt.
Hopefully, Joe.
Hopefully, Joe. Oh, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. It's like a bunch of mid-carders and Braun, so that means Braun ain't gonna win.
I hope they let Braun win.
They should. I mean, I just think it'll be dumb if they don't.
After all the bullshit they've done to him this year, he deserves that win.
The only other person I could possibly see winning would be Apollo Crews.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Listen, I wear contacts and glasses, so I don't see that well.
But
yeah. Again, I mean, this is another one where they just, it's basically just let's throw everybody else into here, and everybody else doesn't have anything going on. But at least this one we have a title. Where the women, it's just the women's battle royal because we had to.
You talking about the fallopian tube battle royal?
Yeah, that's what that trophy looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked they didn't change it. I thought for sure they would.
I'm gonna go
cheap bastards.
I'm gonna go Bobby Roode turning on Chad Gable and winning the whole damn thing.
Glorious.
It sounds like a glorious waste of time.
Yeah, my other choice was Andrade, but I'm like, nah, probably not. So I'm gonna go Bobby Roode here. Matt,
like I said, I'm going Braun.
You're going Braun? Okay. How about EC3? No, just kidding. We all in agreement? Miz beating Shane's ass?
Nope.
Whoa.
Dude, Miz is definitely winning this match.
Only reason I say that is because in the history, and call me what you want, it's got to be one match that continues the feud beyond Mania, and I think that's the match.
I think the one match that continues the feud might be AJ and Randy. I don't think Shane and Miz continues.
Yeah, Miz, like, when's the last time Shane won a match at WrestleMania?
That's my point.
Miz is winning.
Shane hasn't won one at WrestleMania. God knows forever.
This will destroy Miz's face push if he loses to Shane McMahon.
Yeah,
I don't think
absolutely destroys it.
Yeah, I don't think he wins clean though.
I don't care.
No, I think Miz.
You lose to Shane McMahon, your face push might as well be down the shitter.
What do you mean? It doesn't matter if it's a false count.
It's false count anywhere. That's right.
Nah, Miz is gonna win.
Well, in that case, then that means Shane's gonna just like jump from the top of MetLife and die.
I wouldn't put it past that crazy motherfucker.
AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Darryl.
AJ.
Matt.
You gotta think Styles since Orton hit him with the RKO on Tuesday.
Well, I gotta think Styles too
because that could have easily been the finish on Sunday if they wanted it.
Yeah, that's what logic says.
They just wasted Sunday's finish on SmackDown Tuesday, so you think that that's not going to be what they're going to do.
I think, and Randy's more on a part-time schedule now on this end of the career. AJ, I think, is getting built back up.
And he just signed that new deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, AJ's getting built back up.
When the last time AJ won a decent match?
Yeah. I don't know. I think this feud continues too, by the way. But
it's possible.
I don't. I think they get split up in the shake-up.
That could be too. Angle's farewell match, Angle and Corbin. I think Corbin wins. I just think it's gonna. Vince wants to piss us off, so I think Corbin wins. Darryl.
Corbin.
Matt.
The winner is me by not watching it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and go do something else.
If I was booking this, I'd have Angle tap Corbin out in a minute.
To me this is smart booking. This is JBL Rey Mysterio WrestleMania 25.
No. I'd have Angle tap out Corbin in a minute, get on the mic and say, I want a true farewell match. Out comes John Cena. That's how I would book that fucking match.
Well, from what I'm hearing, my rumblings, I'm hearing that Cena is still at Mania, but they're keeping a match for him very, 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 very secret.
I don't think it's Elias, because we've already gone down that road.
Right. I think if anybody goes after Elias, it'll be Taker.
Which would be fucking awesome.
I feel as though that Cena's gonna be Angle's match.
Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese. That is easily Buddy Murphy because they're gonna have him break Neville's record. You guys agree?
Nope.
You think Nese is winning?
Yep.
I don't think there's a chance in hell.
I think they're gonna have now that Bastard Pac is on AEW, they're gonna have Murphy last because Murphy is like.
How many days is he away?
20.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the light bulb going off in Darryl's head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I knew.
Okay.
I knew that he wasn't gonna be. I knew he wasn't gonna be quite there at Mania, so I figured that's why they threw Tony Nese in that match.
If it wasn't 20 days left, if he wasn't close to winning the record, then I guarantee Tony Nese would be beating him.
I just don't see it. I don't see them thinking Nese as a guy to carry that title. I really don't.
No. Yeah. I got Buddy.
I think this was literally a throwaway match, and it's fitting to be on the kickoff show.
Matt, you lead it off. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship.
Damn it.
You know what? This is one of those times that I hope that I'm wrong. But I think Brock's keeping that fucking title.
Well, there was a rumor that the Cormier match is now possible for August.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. This is...
Which, look, the only positive that says is we guarantee Brock's not going to be around for SummerSlam.
Facts.
This whole year has been designed, I think, for Rollins, and this whole to do this, and it may have been against Reigns and not Lesnar, but with unfortunate circumstances, it ended up being Rollins against Lesnar instead of Rollins against Roman Reigns. But I think this whole year has been built around Rollins being the number one guy in the company and solidifying it by slaying the beast. I mean, you wouldn't put it on a T-shirt unless he's gonna fucking do it.
Y2HA says hi.
That's true. But no. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about booking 101 from the beatdown he laid at Raw because, well, he hit him in the nuts. So he can't hit him in the nuts here at Mania. So
yes, he can't. Brian hit him in the nuts at Survivor Series.
That's true. The refs ain't watching. But no. Rollins. I got Rollins. I got Rollins here. I still feel very very strongly about it. Darryl.
I'm burning it down.
Burn it down.
Look, I want to be wrong, and honestly, I'm picking Brock, so I am wrong. Like I'm trying to give out that Vince loves to make me wrong. That's why I'm picking Brock. Because I want them to do the opposite.
Let me pull out our old friend and owner of SpiderDuck.net, Trevor. Matt, do you like to be wrong?
Yeah, he said that, and then I was like pretty much perfect that entire pay-per-view. So you guys were the ones that were wrong.
I'm just gonna stay straight up Seth, because like JB said, like this whole build up for the past year has been Rollins.
Yep.
Did I forget to say Rollins?
Yep.
Who?
If it wasn't for leukemia, it would have been Rollins taking it from Roman.
No.
I think so.
Nah.
The plan for Mania was Roman and Dean.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Where was Seth in all this then?
I think he was still facing Brock, but I don't think it was for a title.
Oh. So he was going to beat Brock, but it wasn't for the title.
Probably.
On the way because Brock was supposedly going to fight Cormier in well shit. Some of the people were saying March at one point.
Well, that was the original thing, but Cormier is hurt right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
some kind of injury or whatever.
He sprained his butt muscle.
Ow! Oh boy, this is going to be
my butt.
This is going to be. We all know who we're picking here, but this is going to be truly just something to take in, because 2 months ago this wasn't even thought of, and when Mustafa Ali went down with an injury and Kofi came out, and I'm like, all I want's him to have a shot at the title at Fastlane. Little did I know that this was turning into one of the main events of WrestleMania, and little did we know that this is turning into Kofi finally getting vindicated and becoming champion, and it's going to be a moment, man. It's going to be a moment, isn't it, guys?
Kofi Mania, bitch.
And
I'm going to run around screaming like a 12-year-old teenage girl.
Vince, I know you're listening, Vince.
He's listening.
Don't fucking do it.
Shut up!
After Mania, don't fucking do it. Not a month down the road, not 6 months down the road, not 6 years down the road. Don't fucking do it. You know what I'm talking about.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, old fuck.
What? Tell me.
Fuck you.
You bitch.
Kofi winning the title, man. Oh, it's gonna be. And on top of that, I mean, we already know from the final two at Elimination Chamber. We know we're gonna be in for a ride, aren't we, gentlemen?
Yes, indeedy.
And speaking of a ride, the women closing the show. Winner takes all. Ronnie, the baddest woman on the planet. I almost said bitch. The baddest bitch on the planet. Oh, she calls herself that too, I guess.
Yeah, she has, most certainly.
She has. Yeah.
The HBIC, that'd be Mia Yim. But
yeah, don't confuse it, buddy.
Don't
I'll fight
yeah,
you.
but Ronda said that on Raw first, and then Mia took it afterwards.
Actually.
Hasn't Mia been using it beforehand that?
Yes, she has.
Well, then Ronda stole it from her. Then I never saw Mia using it until I heard Ronda say it on Raw.
Yes, Mia's been the head baddie in charge since the Mae Young Classic.
Head bitch in charge. Come on. This ain't PG on this show.
Well, no, that's what Mia calls herself, the head baddie in charge.
Well, she has to because it's PG, but we all know what HBIC.
Oh, fuck
we
that.
all know what that. We all know.
Fuck that shit.
We all know what that acronym stands for.
Shit fuckers.
So we got the baddest, we got the queen, we got the man. Are we all in agreement? No chicanery? Well, Matt just said Chronicle, hashtag Chronicle. We know Ronnie's going on vacation, so there's no chicanery here, right, guys? It's the man. Mania's gonna end.
She's the shirt that I'm wearing on Sunday.
Mania is going to end like it should, right, guys?
I definitely think so.
It better have, or me, Matt, going to show up in Stanford on Vince's doorstep, kicking in his fucking door, waving the 4-4s.
Please document this.
As long as you're driving, I'll go with you.
Please,
dude, just keep me awake.
Please live stream this.
I got you covered.
Yeah.
Please live stream this.
Well, absolutely. It's going to be on the Mark Show and JB Network.
Word.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hit refresh just in case any more breaking news hits, because it's that time of year, kids. That's going to do it, I guess, for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. Make sure you search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know when a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday, or in special cases like this WrestleMania show, on a Friday. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard, on our pin post there, or go to Twitter on our pin tweet at LITMC Podcast. Darryl is on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD. Matt is on the Twitter at RawF Showtime. I am on the Twitter at JB Huskers. And before we ride off into the sunset and get ready for lots and lots of wrestling over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
This is one of my favorite weekends of the year, and I'm looking forward to it starting tomorrow. Like I said earlier in the show, like I'm like a kid on Christmas. This is my Christmas Eve right now because I'm so looking forward to Takeover to start the weekend. And to any of our listeners, like, tweet us your reactions, man. Like, we want to see you act crazy just like we act crazy. We know Matt's going to tweet crazy shit. JB the same, and myself. So tweet us crazy shit too, so we can see how dumb and stupid you are, just like we are.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Matt, what are your final thoughts, if you will?
I think it's up to WWE once again to try to not allow NXT to be the best show of the weekend.
Good luck.
And I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off.
Nope.
I think NXT Friday night is going to be the best show all weekend, and it's all downhill from there.
Sunday's going to be good, but it's going to be long as fuck, but it's going to be good. Like I said, it's a good card. It could have been one of the best builds to a WrestleMania, but they just completely fucked it up along the way. NXT is stacked, and so it's built not to. It's going to be. It's built not to. It's hard to. It's hard not to say that it's hard for it to fail because you never know. But it almost, we have a body of work. We have about 5 years of a body of work that we can almost say this ain't gonna fail. And we have one of the best cards on the lineup for Friday that is just gonna fucking tear the house down. And the guys better wake up and bring it on Sunday, because Sunday looks fun, but you could easily be lost in the lights and fuck it up. So step it up, because this is 2019. This is the craziest year of professional wrestling in some time. So if you really want to make a statement ahead of the rest of this year, do it this weekend, man. For Darryl, for Matt, for Jeremy, thank you for tuning in to Lost the Midcard. Enjoy WrestleMania weekend. The three of us will be back with our complete reactions to everything, along with Raw and SmackDown afterwards. And we'll be back at you at our normal slot on Wednesday. Have a good one, guys.